PewPewNationTV, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Armando here with you today. Again, as usual, we got studio audience that is alive and well in the house. Yeah. Woo. Great to see everybody here. Hope you guys had a great week. Today's a very special day because this is the long-awaited video that I've been wanting to do forever. Today, I am going to unbox and review the sigsauer P226 MK25 Mod 0. Okay, this is something that I have been after. It's been a unicorn of mine for a few years. I can never find one. Cannot find one anywhere. And then when I have come across from time to time to one on gunbroker.com, they're just untouchable, man. They're like in the thousands. I mean, they're just expensive. However, a few months ago, was it a few months ago? I'm just too excited today. No, it wasn't a few months ago. It was actually a little over a month ago. Yeah. I had put this MK25 on my wish list through my local gun store. And like I said, it's been there for years, literally. And all of a sudden I get home one day out of the blue and I get an email from my buddy and he says, "Hey man, you need to call me. I got something for you." And I never crossed my mind. I thought it was something else that I had on my wish list that just happened to come in. So I call him up and he says, "Guess what?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he says, "You know that MK25 that you put, on your wish list a while back ago?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got one. You want it?" Dude, I was like, hold my beer. Click, I hung up and I beat feet over to his place. And on the way there, I said, "You know what?" I said, "I have a couple that I have just laying around the house that I haven't used. I rarely use them, and stuff like that. And they had gone up in value, which are, a couple of CZs. And not a big deal. You know what? I ran him up there. I did the old trade in, trade out and stuff like that. He gave me back $75 and I got my MK25. Man, I'm telling you, I was happy. I was happier than a pig in shit, to be honest with you, because this is very heartfelt to me because it's the Navy version, man. I'm telling you, this is what the SEALs carried. We're going to unbox this puppy. I'm going to give you a little bit of history on this bad boy. Okay, I'm going to go over some of the features. We're actually going to break this thing down, and I'm going to give you some tips in the end. So let's get over there and get this puppy started right now. I'll see you guys over at the bench. Hey guys, all right, well, here we are. The SIG P226 Navy. The Mod 0, the MK25, all right? As you can see, we've got this really nice case. They did a great job with this. A lot better than what I'm accustomed to seeing in the older SIG pistols. They've really improved their quality on this case on here. Very hard shell plastic. Let's go ahead and open this puppy up. Comes over one nice. Ooh, yeah, look at this thing, huh? Really cool looking. All right, so first and foremost, what I'd like to do is just let's just go over the paperwork here real quick before we get into this bad boy. Basically, this is your typical stuff. You're going to get your SIG brochure, instruction manual, and whatnot. That they're giving you here. Sorry, I need to take a look at something here. All right, cool. I guess we're good. So instruction manuals, I'm going to set those off to the side. They're going to give you some swag here, some free ammo, that they're giving away. This is apparently pretty good. 200 rounds, actually, which is actually pretty nice, right? Throw that to the side. Just, an NRA deal. You guys are accustomed to that. Their lube that they advertise. I'm going to talk to you guys about some lube here also as well. Because there are some things that came up on the internet based on the coating that this pistol comes with, which I'm going to cover here in a moment. And I'm going to give you some feedback on that, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a critique on that also as well. Right? It's just some more swagger. First thing that I really liked about this is the fact that they give you, right? Check this out. Certificate of Authenticity, MK25. All right. I'll read this to you here. Sig Sauer Incorporated of Newington, New Hampshire hereby certifies that this is a MK25 pistol representing the configuration and markings as delivered under contract to the United States Naval Special Warfare Command, NSW, also known as the U.S. Navy SEALs. All right. Model number, MK25, with the serial number, which is whatever. I don't mind disclosing that. Not a big deal. But this is letting you know that this is the real deal. All right. Let's set that off over to the side here. As you can see, this thing, the ergonomics on this, first and foremost, is just incredible fit in the hand. It is really, really fantastic. They got a safety flag in here. We're going to go ahead and do a safety check on this thing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to eject the mag. No ammo in it, obviously, because we just got it. And also here's another thing too. I am going to move really slow in the maneuverability with this pistol so you can have an idea of the actual ease of use to take this thing down. It's just, I'm blown away by it. I really am. All right. So we're going to go ahead and lock the slide back up just like that. Safety flag comes out. It is free and clear. There's no ammo in this thing, so it's all good. I'm going to go ahead and send the slide forward here. Decocker feature here. Okay. Just send that hammer back down in its place. All right. Let me get these things out of the way here for you real quick. I'm going to get the case out of the way. We're going to set this bad boy down. And I'm going to move over to the side here so I can just lay this thing down. Give me 1 second here. I am really excited to do this, man. I'm glad I'm actually doing this live for you guys too. Right? Because it's really, really cool. Anyway, so there it is. MK25, Sig Sauer, P226. Why is this so cool? Why is it so special? First thing you're going to notice here is the anchor that's stamped on here. Okay, this is what designates the difference between your regular P226 and your MK25. Okay, comes with 3 15-round magazines. They're all made out of steel. This is chambered in 9mm. Okay, so that's pretty cool that they give you 3 magazines with this. And they're just made in the USA, of course, just like this bad boy. This is not the models that they used to make back in the days, the early models of the P226 that were West German. I had a P229 once, West German made. Unfortunately, that was stolen from me some years ago. Really, really missed it. It was chambered in 40 S&W, but today we're not going to be talking about that. Okay, so basically, I'm going to twirl this thing around just a little bit so you guys have an idea. This puppy also comes with SIG lights, all right, as far as your sights are concerned, which are really, really, really helpful. Okay, here's the other side to it. Picatinny rail, of course, which is standard so you can mount a light. Now, got a little surprise here for you guys today too, right? Because we're actually going to do this, all right? I went ahead and got myself the Foxtrot 2, okay, which is the actual SIG light, okay? Yep, Foxtrot 2, there it is. 560 lumens, I believe. Could be 580. Anyway, it's above 500 lumens, which is very, very good because you can basically mess somebody's eyesight pretty good with this kind of light, as powerful as it is. Now, truth be told, Surefire does make the X300 light, which is a lot bigger than this, but then again, it is very, very, very expensive. You're going to drop some serious coinage if you decide to go with a Surefire X300. They're very good, mind you. My problem with the X300 is that I don't like it, especially on the 226 here, because of the fact that the actual X300, it will extend about out to here. Okay, it's just too big. I prefer something a little bit more compact as this, all right? But we're going to come back to the light here in just a moment. All right, now let's go ahead and take this bad boy apart. All right, let's go ahead. So first thing you want to do is bring that hammer back just like that. All right, you want to go ahead and slowly take the slide back. We're going to lock it in place. Once it is here, you're going to notice that the slide up here on the top has a little half moon notch cut out. Basically, this is to allow the takedown lever to cycle over here. Okay, so once you got it over here to this point, very simply, just go ahead and push the slide back just a little bit, bring it forward, and presto, just like that, she is out, right? So let's set this over to the side here for a minute, and let's go ahead and finish field stripping this. Basically is your spring. We're going to take that out, pop up on the barrel like this, okay, and we're going to slide this sucker out of place. We're going to set the slide down here. So first thing I want to go over is the barrel. This barrel is your 4.4 inch, okay, this is chrome lined and it's phosphate coated, okay. The seals, obviously, when they carried this particular pistol, they got submerged in water, salt water. That's what seals do, right? So they had to put a special protective anti-rust coating on all the internals, okay, and also on the outside, the barrel being one of them, as you can see right here. So it looks a little rough. It looks a little gritty. That's just the phosphate coating, all right? So before I continue, let me just give you a little bit of history on this, and then we'll continue, and I'll come back to the actual specifics of this, all right? So the U.S. Navy SEAL team started using the SIG P226 in the 1980s, yeah, after German Kampfschwimmer tested them successfully, all right? In 1989, though, the P226 was adopted by the U.S. Navy SEALs and DevGru under the name MK25 Mod 0, which is what we have here. Now, for those of you that don't know, DevGru stands for Development Group, which in actuality is really SEAL Team 6, you know, the ones that supposedly don't exist, but that's ancient news. Everybody knows now, right? So DevGru, basically for Development Group, what they do, their part of their mission is experimental stuff, right? They come up with new designs, new experimental equipment that they go out there and they test, so then they can outfit themselves and other team members, you know, with the latest and greatest of weaponry, if you will. All right, so the first naval special warfare inspired P226 pistols to be offered to the public were the NSW commemoratives, all right, issued in early 2004. All right, the SIG P226-9-Navy is a version of the SIG P226 produced that features stainless steel engraved with an anchor to designate them as as Naval Special Warfare Pistols, NSW. There's the anchor. Okay, that's what they're talking about here. Now, SIG Arms raised a lot of money. Okay, they raised $100,000 for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation through the sale of these NSW serialized pistols. The pistol with the serial number NSW 0001 actually was sold during a live auction on the US-wide syndicated Laura Ingraham radio show for an additional $25,000. Later produced commercial versions added a universal rail, okay, for accessory attachments, as you can see here, all right, while retaining the anchor of previous models, but do not have SIG-Lite night sights, all right? So let me just show you this real quick. SIG-Lite night sights, that was a big deal, okay, back then, especially for this pistol. Right, this one here has on here SIG-Lite. Okay, check it out. SIG-Lite. I came across one that actually has SIG-Lites, which to me makes it, I don't know, more memorable, more valuable. Now, I don't know if this in fact was an addition later on, but at that point in time, as of that writing, they didn't come with them. Okay, you just didn't get them. I think they were issued with tritium night sights, or, you know, just tritium sights basically. So let's get into the internals of this really fast here. So like I said earlier, the barrel is 4.4 inches long. It is chrome lined, okay? Chrome lined barrel. You can see the shininess there, and it is phosphate coated. The internals are coated as well, again, to help protect them from saltwater exposure. Now, there are some guys out there that basically said that, you know, when they first got this particular version, that because of the phosphate coating, they felt that the trigger was very gritty. Okay. Well, I want to debunk that myth. This trigger is not gritty at all. At all. I'm telling you. And the reason being is because they never put phosphate coating on the trigger. That was just omitted from that. All right. There may have been some models that do have or did have that grittiness to them. All right. But the thing about phosphate is it will come off with, you know, use and wear, of course, like that. So just know that if you happen to come across, you know, forums or something like that, that people are complaining about, you know, grittiness on the trigger, this one doesn't have that issue. All right. If you own one and, you know, you do have that grittiness again, use a little bit more lube. Use a good quality lube, like the ones that I use, that I recommend using, which are, and there's links. I left links down in the description below where you, if you want some, you can actually go ahead and get some. So check the link down below. And I like using Brian Enos's Far Superior Slide Guide. Comes in two flavors. You have a standard version. It also comes in the bag, you know, with the light version. Okay, so summertime, use the light version. Wintertime, I like using the standard version, which is a little bit tackier, a little bit thicker. It comes with this nifty little brush, because what you want to do is you just want to dab just a little bit on here, not too much, and then just spread it across, okay, with the brush and get it on there real good. All right. The more that you put on here, the smoother and the slicker your pistol will be. This is not just for SIGs. This could be for any pistol, but I love using this grease on all the pistols that I run, because this stuff is just amazing. It just sticks and it works. All right. So again, Slide Glide Lube, Brian Enos, links down in the description below if you want to get a hold of some of that stuff. And it's not expensive at all. I guess any gun lube would work, but if you have that issue with the phosphate, you know, on the trigger and it's gritty, you can put more grease on it. Okay. And the thing about phosphate is it will retain that grease. It'll retain it better. All right. The phosphate treatment produces a crusty surface finish, but, you know, it's friable and it'll come off, like I said before, you know, with use, you know, however, you know, if you feel that there are some rough surfaces, you know, and it doesn't, you know, and you're like, ugh, I don't like this stuff, right? Add more lube to it. Eventually it'll cycle and it'll feel a lot smoother as far as everything else is concerned. Now, what can you do to this pistol? Well, if you're a traditionalist like me, a purist, okay, I do absolutely nothing except shoot the hell out of it, right? That's what most people would tell you. However, there are people out there, I'm one of them, I'm not going to lie, I'm a trigger snob, right? I just am. All right. This particular model, not because it's the MK25, but just SIGs in general, especially the P series, the classic P series, you know, in the standard 226, there is quite a bit of take up, okay, on the trigger. All right. There's quite a bit of take up. The reset is good. It feels really good, but people that don't like this, there is a company out there that I've dealt for years, especially with CZs. He's now transitioned over and he does not only just CZ parts, he also does a lot of SIG stuff. All right. It's Armory Craft. And I'm going to leave descriptions in the links. I'm going to leave links in the description down below. You can check out Milos Klakos, okay, at Armory Craft. Okay. He's got web presence. Obviously, he's got a Facebook presence also as well.
And what he does, or manufactures for the P Classic series for the 226 and other models of SIGs as well, is he has a flat trigger that works in double action and single action pistols, which is crazy, right? And they're fully adjustable on the reset and the take up. And he'll do a slightly curved trigger shoe also as well. All right. And some of them are even skeletonized. You know, you can check him out. You know what? I may go ahead and just post some pictures up there of, you know, the triggers, that shoes that he offers for this. I think I'll do that also as well. And also another thing that he does is the hammer, right? What they call a lower mast hammer. Okay. The performance, I hear, because obviously I have not done this yet to this one, and I don't know if I will or not. I may think about it. It all depends, because like I said, I'm a traditionalist, a purist. I like keeping stuff the way it comes from the factory, only when it's applicable to the MK25. Everything else, I love beefing it up, upgrading it, make it better, smoother, nicer looking and stuff like that. Not sure I want to go there yet with this. I may in the future. We'll see. Okay. But he does a lot of stuff, you know, for SIG pistols. Again, Armory Craft, check him out. And I'll make sure I leave those descriptions and post some pictures up also as well, so you guys can check out what he offers for this. Okay. What else can I talk about here? Okay, let's go ahead and pop this sucker back together, and then I'm going to get into the SIG light, and we'll call it good. So reassembly, obviously. We'll go ahead and take our slide, take our super phosphate coated barrel, pop that sucker into place, put our hammer, our spring back in here real quick. It's like your typical Glock takedown. They're all pretty much the same standard. It's very easy to field strip this thing. It's an absolute joy. It can be done very, very fast. Also as well, take your slide, slide it back onto the frame here. All right, you'll notice it goes on there really nice and smooth. All right, we're going to go ahead and take that sucker, slide it back. We're going to go ahead and lock the slide into place. Very easy. Take our takedown pin, pop that sucker back into place. Okay, we're going to go ahead and send it home. Pull the trigger, and she's good to go. That simple, that fast. Let me show you on the trigger. All right, so this is single action mode. You'll see how much travel this thing has, right? Look at this. Right there. Right there, I hit the wall, and then it's just a matter of right there, okay? I had to push it a little bit because I don't have my finger fully engaged on the trigger shoe, just so you can see it better. Now, check this out. We're going to see the reset on this thing. Right there, all the way out there, okay? That is a lot. Obviously, it's not gritty, but it is a little sticky on the way out. Again, not broken in yet, hasn't been shot whatsoever, all right? They're going to take a little bit of break-in, and the more you shoot them, the better they feel. It's just the way it is with any pistol of this type. Sorry, unless you get it reworked, or you can send your pistol out to SIG Custom, the custom shop, and just have what they call a short reset trigger installed. Armory Craft does provide those, an SRS, okay? See the take up right there? Look at that. There's that wall. All right, there's that. Let me get a better finger purchase on here. There's that wall right there. Ready? Look at that. Right now, let's do this. Let's go now double action. This one is really going to be a little bit harder, so I'll have to turn this way. Hopefully you can see that. So right there, not that bad. There's that wall, right? That is about, I'm going to say, probably about 5.5 to 6 pounds, which is fine. For an OEM out-of-the-box double-action pull, that is absolutely fantastic. Single action, again, see all that travel that's there, right? There's that wall. Boom, done. One more time. You heard that click. That's as far as it's going to come out. That will actually improve with a trigger job done to this thing, all right, it will improve greatly. That actually might be something I will do later on because I'm a trigger snob, like I said earlier in the video. All right, decocker, bring it in. Let's go ahead and put this light on here. Here you go. Lights. Again, this is the SIG Foxtrot 2. All right. I actually got myself a holster for this thing that accommodates the pistol with the light. And it's a Rosen holster made out of leather that's also provided by Sig Sauer. It's a decent holster. It's not bad. It takes a little bit to break in. I found it a little bit difficult to try to draw out of it, okay, with the light on, but I'm assuming it's probably just, it has to be broken in, all right? I wasn't too pleased with it. It definitely is not a Bitterroot gun leather holster. I don't know. I may give Caleb a call and ask him to say, hey, can you hook me up with one for this particular pistol? But he's not too keen on doing light-bearing leather holsters. It's just one of those things, and I get it. I will tell you this, in case some of you guys out there may want to ask, and leave me comments, leave some comments down down below and let me know if you have any questions on this. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Kydex holsters. The only manufacturer that I found out there that I have bought stuff from them before that is actually really, really good is ANR Design, ANRdesign.com. You can check them out. They offer a Kydex holster for the MK25, but they do not have an offering for not for the Romeo, for the Foxtrot 2 light. They don't have that. They do have an offering for the Surefire X300 that I said, mentioned in the video earlier, but the only thing is I don't like that light too much, especially on this pistol, because it just extends, past the muzzle, and I don't know, I just don't like the way it looks. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It is a fantastic light, but it is expensive. So one thing I want to show you on the Foxtrot 2 light here is that it's got a little slide plate on here that you can adjust. And what that basically is going to do, it's going to either have it mounted here or mounted all the way in the back. That's all user preference, okay? Whatever feels better for you. Another thing is that this light comes with your switches here. Okay, down, there goes that light, all right, for, just flashing it on and off, and up to leave it on all the time. Okay, it is very, very bright. I'm not going to shine this in the camera, not to blind anybody out there. Up to turn off. Okay, so it is a good light. I believe the run time on this thing is probably an hour and a half of continual use, and then you'll have to change out the battery, which is, your typical CR type battery that goes in here. So everybody, I'm sure, is pretty familiar with that. So to put this thing on here, basically you undo the screw. You're going to push out right here. You can see that slide back and forth so it can get on this Picatinny rail. And I like mine set right here in the center. Okay, there it is. It just goes right on. Then we're going to go ahead and screw this puppy down. Make sure that you use a really, really good gunsmith screwdriver. I always like using the Forster ones. This is a number 5, and the reason being is because of how the blade is on here. Okay, this is made and designed specifically for doing smithing work. And we'll just give that just a we'll give that just a little bit of a tight, not too much. I like it right there. There we go. She is on, right? And there it is. So in the hand, right, you can just boom, just to flash it on, let it go, flash it off, or you can push up and have it turn on just like that right there. All right, so it is a very bright light, and turn it off. I did not change these pads out because for me, the ones that came with it already installed actually work perfect for my hands. Another thing that I liked about it is that the switches do not extend inside the trigger guard, all right, which can be a problem depending on the size of your digits, okay? They do make them, or it comes with the light actually. You can change these out, and you can have ones that extend a little bit deeper this way, or a little bit wider this way also as well. Again, your preference, your personal choice. You'll have to check it out. I decided to stay with these because my finger reaches just fine, as you can see, right? Either way. Also, if I need to wear gloves in the wintertime, it will not hamper, my finger from going inside the trigger guard, even with gloves on. And I can still have access with this hand, to work my light if I need to, as I am holding it like so. There and there also as well. So leave comments down below. Let me know what you think about the P226 MK25 Mod Zero. All right. Again, it may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people out there. Okay. But like I said in the beginning, this to me has a very special meaning because of the fact that, Navy approved, man. When I was in, although I wasn't in the SEALs, my thing was more ordnance. I did get a chance to experience this puppy out on the range long ago, and I just fell in absolute love with it. I love shooting this thing. I still have not shot this. I will make a future video taking this puppy out to the range and just putting it through the paces. And I can't wait. I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. So again, leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, any idea, any questions about this particular pistol, just leave that in the comments below, and I'll make sure I'll hit you back up. Okay, let's go ahead and get back over to the main cam. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Thanks everyone for watching today. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Most importantly of all, make sure that you click the activation bell down below, okay, to get notification on future videos. Make sure you head on over and check out Jeff at Freedom to Think and give him a checkout, if you will. All right. He's got great music video reactions that are just spot on, and you may see me there from time to time also as well. He'll greatly appreciate a sub also, by the way. Subscribe to his channel. Very important to help this guy out. He's on a march to get up to 100,000 subs, and he's on his way. See you on the next one. Take care.